My boy.
Hello all, and welcome back to the CDI Spotlight. As you can see, I've got my shelves rearranged, so you're back to looking at this handsome mug. Last month I took a look at one of my favorite CDI titles, Voyeur. It's a great point-and-click FMV game that doesn't require the digital video cartridge to play. It's worth the pickup if you're into this genre. Today I want to look at demo discs for the CDI. Demo discs were very popular for the PlayStation 1 and 2 generations, as it allowed gamers to get a glimpse of a game's gameplay. The CDI demo discs, actually called demonstration discs, are different for a variety of reasons, all of which I'll get into in the spotlight. Now, I originally planned on tackling this topic earlier in the year, but the two demo discs that came with my system required the digital video cartridge. It sucks because I was going to use it as an opportunity to show off the Peacekeeper Revolver. In any case, before I discuss the game on the demo discs, let's discuss the discs themselves.
First, I want to focus on what makes these demonstration discs unique. The discs were normally white with text written on them, but other variants do exist as well. And it's apparently very easy to duplicate these demonstration discs, and there's also a lot of guides online for how to spot a fake, so just be wary if you're in the market for CDI demonstration discs. One of the cool things about these discs is that they typically contain the entire game on them. The demonstration discs aren't like the demo discs that we got for PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. These demonstration discs were created by Philips in order to give people, like gaming publications, a chance to play a game prior to its official release. It's also possible that these discs were used at kiosks showing off the CDI. These demonstration discs were never sold to the public, at least not that I'm aware of from my research. Apparently, actual demo discs were attempted in the Netherlands, but they weren't here in America. These white demonstration discs seem to surface over time as former sales reps for Philips sold them on online markets. Demonstration discs were released for virtually every game on the CDI. The CDI community has gone to great lengths to catalog the various discs and what makes them unique from the final product, if applicable. Some demo discs do have features that differ from the final product, such as being able to skip scenes or puzzles. It's a huge endeavor, and I applaud the CDI community for their amazing work. I've included a handy guide that I found online in this video's description for those that are interested in collecting the demo discs. I actually took a look, and it appears that two of my demonstration discs are fake, which is a huge bummer to me. Unfortunately, I purchased these discs back in 2012, so I doubt I'll get a refund for them, but if you've purchased yours recently and discovered it's a fake, absolutely go back to the seller and demand a refund.
So, given that my initial two demonstration discs required the digital video cartridge, I did what anyone would do in my situation. I purchased another demo disc to show off. So without further ado, let's check out the Mystic Midway 2 demonstration disc.
So, full disclaimer before we begin, I don't own either Mystic Midway game for the CDI, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect here. I'm also pretty sure that there's no difference between the demonstration disc and the final product for Mystic Midway 2. So, let's get an idea of what this game's about.
How many times have you said, if I could only live my life over again, I'd... Well, here on the Phantom Express, we give it to you, one nightmare at a time. Have a nice life, sucker! This round, Bobo, you need to score this many points.
Ah, it's a rail shooter based on a fever dream. Of course.
Well, that's certainly an interesting premise. Shoot the things that your character experienced throughout their life. Weird.
You know, I wonder if the Peacekeeper Revolver will work for this game. Let's find out. Now, I use the term light gun a lot when talking about this peripheral, but it isn't actually a light gun at all. It uses an infrared sensor to pick up inputs from the trigger. So, in reality, this is more akin to the Super Nintendo Super Scope. I assume that it's calibrated at the start of a normal shooter game, but there's no prompt here. And unfortunately, I'm just not able to hit much with it with the cursor bouncing around everywhere. I'm gonna have to try the mouse out and see if that fixes things. I mean, it's better, but not by much.
Okay, so I feel like the spotlight is all over the place. Let me wrap up a few things, then talk about the game. Sadly, the Peacekeeper Revolver just doesn't do it for this game. Maybe I need to figure out a way to calibrate it, but I won't be using this to finish the game. As for the demonstration disc, it does look like it contains the entire game, based off the practice menu anyway. It also looks like you can tell the game which controller you're using, so maybe you can calibrate the Peacekeeper Revolver in some way, but for the rest of this video, I'm going to be using the mouse. Well, with that being said, let's see what else this fever dream has in store for us.
So that little clip that I already showed is basically what one should expect from the rest of the game. You listen to the ride attendant, go for a ride on the Fever Dream Express, score enough points, and rinse and repeat. There are 4 shooting segments per ride, so in theory, there are enough chances to score enough points. In practice though, there isn't a lot of time to react to the objects on screen before they disappear. There are 3 difficulties to the game. The only difference I noticed was the amount of points required to complete each stage. I don't know why anyone would want to play on anything higher than the easiest mode, but I'm sure someone out there would like the challenge. I'll also note that there is a bonus stage after stage 7. The bonus stage incorporates all of the stages of life into one 7-segment nightmare. The points required to complete this bonus stage is also incredibly high. And even though it says bonus stage, you 100% have to complete it in order to beat the game.
So yeah, Mystic Midway 2 was certainly a trip. I really like the FMV with the attendant, but the gameplay does leave a lot to be desired. The objects you're supposed to shoot A, look ridiculous, and B, are incredibly hard to hit. One cool thing to note is Mystic Midway 1 is available on Steam if you're interested. I'm not sure if the first game plays the same as this game, but at least it's available for anyone to try. So is Mystic Midway 2 an impressive game? Not really. The gameplay isn't that great, but I do love the FMV. The really cool thing? I just played the entire game from a demo disc. But unfortunately, that's not going to save its rating though. I give Mystic Midway 2 weird clip art items out of 5. So that wraps up this month's CDI Spotlight. I'm not going to post a spotlight for the month of October, but more on that later this month. I'll resume the spotlight starting in November, and for my next spotlight, I'm going to discuss The Apprentice. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this month's spotlight, and as always, thank you for watching.